Let's look at the difference between the arrangement view and the session view. Let's start with the session view. Tracks are the vertical rows on the grid. I can throw audio clips here and play them. I can add tracks by going to the Insert menu and selecting Insert Audio Track, or by controller right-clicking. The keyboard shortcut for this is Command-T. I can rename tracks by clicking on the title bar or by hitting Control or Command-R and entering in a new track name. Let's name the first one MIDI Bass, the next Glitch, then Pad. Since I have bass and glitch pad on the same line, Live considers these groups of clips a scene. Scenes allow us to trigger all the loops on a row at the same time. Why is this useful? Well, let's say we want one group of clips that constitute our verse, one that constitutes our pre-chorus, and one that constitutes our chorus. Notice I can loop the verse as long as I want. Let's say if we want to jam on it, then go into our pre-chorus, then into our chorus. We can loop that as many times as we like before going back to our verse. I can move tracks around so that they can appear in any order going across the screen. I can rename the scenes by right-clicking and typing in the label. I'm going to name these verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. Just like tracks, I can move scenes around by clicking and dragging. I can insert new scenes by going to the Create menu, Insert Scene, or Command-I, or right-clicking. This time, we'll hit Record up here on the transport bar, so Live will remember all the moves and triggers we made. Now let's hit stop and switch to our arrangement view. This type of view should look familiar to anyone who has ever used an audio sequencer. On the right, we can see our track names, and here in the track display, we can see which events are occurring and when they are occurring in time. This view shows how many bars we played each loop and exactly when we switched to the second loop. In fact, the arrangement view records our every move in the session view. Notice up here on the transport bar that it reflects which bar in the sequence we're currently at. Now you might be wondering, if the arrangement view is playing back our recording, and I'm in the session view triggering loops while it's playing back, which view gets priority? The answer is that the session view always overrides the arrangement view. Live assumes that you may have a set arrangement that you want to play for an audience, but the session view gives you the ability to make changes on the fly. After all, playing a static sequence is boring, so let's try this. Let's play back our arrangement. Notice that we can toggle back and forth between the session view and the arrangement view by hitting the Tab key. Now let's go to the session view and make some changes by triggering some loops. The instant that I make any deviation from what the arrangement was supposed to be doing, a red light shows up on our menu bar telling us that the arrangement view has been temporarily overridden. We can instantly go back to our arrangement by clicking on the red Back to Arrangement button or by just hitting F10. This will switch back to the arrangement and the arrangement will resume at the current bar shown. Let's try it again. Let's go back to our session view once more. Let's make some more changes. We can see the red Back to Arrangement View button light up. Let's hit record this time and see what happens. We can see that the new changes I made in the session view overwrote what was there in the arrangement. We will, of course, elaborate further on both the session and the arrangement view throughout the course of this DVD, but by now, you should have a good idea of the relationship between the two.